football programme for Man v FAT started in January 2016 with a league up in Solihull, and in the sort of 5 years since then we're now at 99 live league locations across the UK, from as high up as Dundee all the way down to Plymouth, from Cardiff all the way across to kind of Colchester and Chelmsford. So yeah, we kind of cover most parts of the country. It's something that we feel is kind of growing all of the time. There's about 5,700 guys across the UK that are playing at the moment, week to week. And it's not just about football for us. I think it's about that wider well-being and kind of positive mental health, and the weight loss sometimes is just a bonus because it's about that kind of the communities that develop in each town and city that we're in around the country, and that wider Man v FAT community nationally as well that hopefully everyone feels like they're a part of. Obviously we're here in Bristol tonight. You guys got started earlier this year in May, and they're kind of coming towards the end of your first season now, and it's great to see so many of them here tonight, and a few smiles on faces and kind of seeing everything go so well, really.
And have you had reports on how Bristol's going generally?
The weight loss is really good, and ultimately that's kind of one of the key stats that we look out for. You're pushing towards 200 kilograms lost already in the first season, which is really strong. And for some guys, being over 27.5 BMI means they don't have a great deal of weight to lose, whereas for others they've got plenty to be going along with. So we kind of hopefully we cater for all ages, all sizes, all backgrounds, and Bristol's standing up alongside any other new league that was started this year in terms of its successes on and off the pitch, really.
And how do you feel about advising people, because one of the stigmas is obviously if people have put on weight, especially over the pandemic, because that has happened to a lot of people, how do you help them in the weight loss? Because it's like you've said before, it's not just about football, is it?
No, it's not. And when it comes to that, one of the first things that when people first sign up, that's probably one of the first acknowledgements they've made to themselves, that actually I need to lose some weight, I need to get back into shape. So actually people are quite vulnerable, people are quite worried about how they'll be perceived when they step out of that comfort zone as such and come along to the first night. So for us, we don't say this diet's better than this diet. Every guy's kind of got an individual choice on that. For us, it's about making sure that the changes that they make to their day-to-day life are sustainable and manageable, because there's no point losing a stone now and then in 6 months' time you put it back on again. It's about creating ways of thinking about how you cook and what you buy at the supermarket that means you'll be able to keep that weight off once you've lost it. I think the community feel is really important. There's lots of big friendships that have been made across the leagues over the 5 years that we've been running. The football's a real nice kind of focal point for the week in terms of you're trying to lose your weight and eat properly Monday to Sunday, but your football night is the night you get to see all the lads and catch up. And when we came back from that long break last summer after kind of COVID and everything, I think people were looking forward to seeing their mates as much as playing the football and stuff as well. And the nice thing is it kind of gets guys playing who might not have played for a long time. A lot of our leagues have formed 11-a-side teams off their own back so they can play other Man v FAT leagues around the country. A lot of the leagues, the lads play on another night of the week socially, so away from the kind of the Man v FAT format. So it kind of gets people back up and active and playing again, really.
So if anybody's kind of thinking about it, and they're listening to this and they're thinking, oh, that sounds something I'd quite like to do. I haven't played football for a long time. How would you encourage them, and what would you suggest they did?
I'd say one of the first things I suggest is probably going to have a look at our Facebook page and our social media, because I think that's where we share a lot of the stories of the successes of other guys, and I think sometimes you get a lot of reassurance from seeing guys that look like you or of a similar age to you on our website and on the social media platform, to know that you're not going to be different when you go there. You're one of many like that. So have a look at the social media, have a look at the website, get a sense of what we're about, and the kind of care that we kind of try to give to the players, and then sort of go on the website and have a look at the night of the week for your local location, which obviously is Friday in Bristol. And kind of get yourself signed up. So as I mentioned, we're just coming towards the end of the first Bristol season. We're really hopeful that we'll be able to go from 4 teams to 6 teams next season in Bristol, which will give loads more guys the opportunity to play.
You want to expand it here, don't you?
Yeah, I think capacity for a lot of our leagues is 8 teams, so we've got a bit of a way to go in Bristol, but there's every sign in terms of what we're seeing is that it'll definitely get to 6, and once you get to those numbers, then I think you quite quickly get to 8 after that.
Brilliant. I've got with me now Joe, who's the coach of the Man v FAT teams. 4 teams at the moment. You want to increase it. Joe, how are you enjoying it?
Yeah, very well. I mean, I'm new to the role, so I think I'm in my 3rd or 4th week now. Very good. We're seeing losses on the scales week upon week, which is good. I think we hit a bit of a plateau sort of like in the week before I joined. But yeah, we've been going great guns on the scales, to be fair, so it's going very, very well.
Is there a particular reason why you kind of think that might happen?
I think it's all down to accountability, isn't it, really? I mean, I spoke to a few of the guys in the first week I was here, and they felt a bit like they needed a bit more support, and I think that's obviously on their part, coming week upon week. Obviously the commitment from them is important, but then also as a coach you want to offer the best support you can in the time that you have, essentially.
Yeah.
100%.
And are you surprised how well Bristol's going? I mean, I know it's only 4 teams.
Absolutely.
But you've got a waiting list and everything.
Soon to expand. I think we've got quite a few lads on the waiting list, so it's only going to grow. I mean, hopefully we want to get to 8 teams. So that's the end goal. We just want to keep growing and growing. The focus is on, obviously, the weight loss. We want to provide that community for the lads to come along and obviously lose weight week upon week. We want to provide that support. I think the football on a Friday night is just cherry on top of the cake, essentially. 100%.
And you've watched quite a bit of it. The standard's good, isn't it?
Standard's very good. I mean, there's definitely mixed abilities, but the lads move very well on the pitch, and the standard's very, very good.
And
definitely.
I always think it's played in the right spirit as well.
Yeah, it's all,
nice.
Like I say, it's about the weight loss at the end of the day. So the lads just turn up on a Friday. It's a bit of fun. There's a bit of competitiveness there as well, because everyone loves the competition. But definitely, it's always played in good spirits, 100%. For guys in general, there's not much out there in terms of weight loss. A lot of the time, it's exclusive to women. So this is just a community that you can get yourself into. Obviously, you've got constant support through your weight loss journey from start to end. We're never going to get rid of you, so you've always got that support, that accountability with us guys here. And I mean, if you question it, if you want to lose a bit of weight, what better time to do it and what better place to come.
And you're very active on WhatsApp, helping people,
absolutely,
suggesting things, aren't you?
100%. So it's not only sort of like the football and sort of like you going away and doing your own thing week upon week. We've got loads of other resources that you can utilise. So physical and obviously mental well-being as well is a priority. So you've got loads of different tools to access outside of the football and what we do on a Friday night as well. I would say visit the Man v Fat website. There's loads of content on there that you can go through, and that's probably the best place to get started.
And Bristol's regular on a Friday night, 7:30.
Friday night, 7:30 start. There's 2 games, one at 7:30, one at 8 o'clock.
And it's always here at Horfield.
It's always at Horfield Leisure Centre, absolutely.
It's great to be here and great to see this happening, particularly as it's sort of my local ward, where I'm the councillor, and also where I play football sometimes as well. And these pitches haven't been here for that long, a few years. So
it's a great
nice
facility though, to be fair.
Yeah, fab facility, and good to see so many people coming together as well. Sort of interesting, getting fit and also looking after their mental health as well, and connecting with other peers, over a good game of football.
And what do you think of the programme? And did you know much about it before?
I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about it before. I was told about it and asked to come along, and I was like, yeah, fab, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
But it's really good to see, because I think often, we do like to get together over sport, though, as men, and connect over sport. Always talk to people about Leicester City, who I follow, and I'll be dying out on they won the league once for probably the rest of my life. So I've really enjoyed coming up here.
Yeah, good.
I think when you bring together things like physical health and sport, or mental health and sport, it can really make a difference, because it's a different way to think about it, and actually you can have a bit of fun, while you're looking after yourself as well.
And are you guys actively trying to help people with the mental health situation? Because obviously we've learned a lot during the pandemic. It's been tough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you guys sort of actively, in the community, getting out there and trying to sort of help people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big thing for me, a big thing for the administration. I guess it's sort of my day job. I run a mental health charity as well, so helping people with their mental health is really important. Peer support, and peer support's a big thing, because a lot of people think about peer support as it's a group of people sat in a room, all kind of talking about their problems, and that can be a type of it. But actually, this is peer support too. People coming and playing football together, and it's really important that we create spaces for people to look after themselves, look after their well-being, because that's how we keep well, and then hopefully won't need then kind of more intensive services later.
Man v Fat are actively trying to get more people involved, particularly here in Bristol. Any message that you could portray to those people who might be listening and think, oh, I'd quite like to do that, but I don't really know how to go about it, etc., etc.?
Yeah, I think, get involved. I love football, so, I'll be looking into these guys more and seeing what they're doing and maybe coming along. I think it's well worth people checking out their website and sign up, because I think they've got a wait list at the moment, so it's clearly like in demand. A lot of people getting involved all over the country. I think, so I'm sure one of them said to me there's about 6,000 people involved up and down the country or something operating.
It's a big organisation.
Yeah, so it's really, really, really good to see this happening and giving people the opportunity to come together and enjoy a good game of football.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I love sports myself, as a whole. I brought my boys up with me. They were hoping to have a little run out tonight, but it's actually it's not just kick around, is it? It's a ferociously competitive football, so it's really good to see.
Yeah. The Man v FAT programme has been going, countrywide for quite a while, but Bristol, we've only just kind of started it earlier this year since the pandemic. And, to be honest, it's quite important, especially after the pandemic and everything that's going on for people's well-being. And, I know it's a weight loss programme, but football helps as well. What do you think?
And it's social too. The guys were telling me that they don't choose their teams. When they join the programme, they get randomly allocated to teams. So actually they're meeting new people from different backgrounds, forming this camaraderie. We know the benefits of this, right? Physical activity is good for mental health in and of itself, but breaking down social isolation, people connecting, it's just a great programme. And on a Friday night, people could be in watching poor quality TV with a pizza, and they're up in here, they're up here getting a sweat on and making the muscles ache, which is good. Bristol's a small place, so even in there, just as I was coming out, one of the guys said, a mutual friend said to get stuck in to me, and it's nice that they knew me too. He's he goes and drinks down Lebeck's, not that I get down there a lot, but he just knows guys who I know from down there, so that was nice as well. So you can definitely get a sense of belonging as we look up here now, everyone just chatting away. Great equaliser, and like I said, it's a good standard of football. I was just saying, there are a number of people out here who have obviously just dusting off the boots again. Yeah. But back in the day, they had a nice touch, and they've still got it. You can see it.
Now you're a fit kind of guy. I know you run a lot.
Well, I think I advertise running more than I do at the moment. Right. I ride my bike a lot.
Okay.
But I'm in the 10k in the VI 10k, visually impaired 10k in September, so I'm going to have to put a few miles in because I haven't been putting them in, and I don't want to be a liability to my running partner.
Okay. Do you play football at all?
Not for a long time, actually.
Okay.
Now I ride, and to be honest, my first sport was always rugby anyway, really. I only got into football when rugby died away. I shouldn't say it, but I thought football's a bit soft compared to rugby, but there you go. But there's an ancient rivalry there, and too disrespectful of the referee. But no, I love playing, but I just haven't played. I took up jiu-jitsu recently.
Oh, blind.
I haven't been able to do it over recent weeks because of all the summer holidays, but Gracie Barrow down at the bottom of Church Road, so with a guy Geezer. It's a really nice club, so I'm going to be committing to that come end of the summer holidays and giving that a go. I love it, and I experience it too. You start a new activity, you get a sweat on, you're learning new skills, you can feel yourself just picking up a bit of technique. It's such an emotional lift, isn't it?
Now you've seen it, will you be able to keep supporting it?
Yeah, we support it. It depends on what support means. I mean, we're supporting lots of things like this across the city, be it for mental health, trying to support physical activity. Sometimes that support can be financial, sometimes it can be support for organisations to go and secure financial support from other sources as well. Sometimes it's with a bit of professional development work help. So but we want people to be physically active. It's all part of helping people to age healthier and age better. And if people get sick, not only is it a personal tragedy for them, but it ends up costing the NHS a lot of money as well.
Of course, yeah.
So we want to support programmes like this all across the city.
I got to say, I love your quote today, that Bristol's not just about bridges, Brunels and balloons.
That's
I thought
right.
It was amazing. and I thought I'd use that tonight because there are other things going on in the city. It is a community thing, and there's a lot of things going on like this that some people don't even know about.
That's right. There's life's happening all over Bristol, isn't it? And,
it's a very vibrant city.
And the point I made before, the point I was making about that was that there is a story of Bristol that's projected and loved that is all true, but it's not accessible to everyone. And there are some people who have nothing really to do with the balloons, nothing really to do with the bridge, and don't see the bridge or see the gorge. Now, some people got upset and tried to interpret that as me saying I don't care about the bridge and I don't care about the gorge. It's not the case. No. It's just a reality that Bristol is historically a racing class fractured city of inequalities, and some people, in terms of their transport and their economic opportunity, are on the margins of Bristol and don't participate, don't get to access some of the things that in the branding of Bristol we hold dearest.
Of course.
And we've got to be real about that.
Yeah. Marvin, thank you for your time. I hope you're going to join us for a bit of a kickabout in a moment.